So, thanks to the second beta, I had enough time to really experiment with Kiske to see if I can vibe with the changes that he's gotten in Strive in comparison to the prior Good Gear games, or maybe I can't. And the verdict is, well, if you're gonna tell from the prior video, I pretty much dropped Kai, I think. I mean, I think at most I would probably have it as a pocket, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that I want to discuss the problems in great detail about Kiske and Strive. And just for the record, I'm not saying that Kiske is a bad character. In the competitive sense, he's really not bad. I can understand the direction they're going with this character, but at the same time, as someone who has mained this character back in Edzard and a little bit of Accent Core as well, it does pain me to see this direction that they're taking with Kai. So with that said, let's get right into it. Cue the intro. Just to get things started, we have to address the elephant in the room. Kai's overhead. He doesn't have one. Okay, technically he does. You have like two. He has the Universal Dust and I believe his J5C. But other than that, he doesn't have a real legitimate overhead. I don't understand how Ramladao can have one, but Kai can't. He used to have one back in the day, man, with Edzard and Accent Core Plus, but they decided to remove that. Why? I was assuming that this new move, I think it's called Ludre Arc or something like that. I was assuming that wasn't overhead. I mean, he literally kicks up like a FIFA player, and it looks like a genuine overhead, but it's not. I was extremely surprised to see that he doesn't have a real overhead anymore. So that was the biggest red flag already. You could make the argument that when he did had an overhead, it was not unreactable. It was kind of telegraphed. It was fairly reactable, but at the same time, it was still a fucking overhead at least. He had a solid one at least. And the fact that he doesn't have that anymore, he has to rely on universal mechanics, it's just a damn shame to me. It really is. And this leads to the next problem with Kai. Kai's lack of Okizeme pressure. Now, to briefly explain what Okizeme means, it's basically, to sum it all up, it's an action you can do on block that will give you an advantage to where you can act again. So Kai, before the transition in Strive, had a lot of things going for him. He had Charge Stun Edge, which was literally the main, like pretty much the main thing you're going to be doing at the hard knockdown, so you can get that reset the pressure situation. But he also had not only that, but Great Sever, which was a Okizeme option, you know, like to mix it up. He also had a unique property in JD that can allow frame traps, and they pretty much got rid of that completely. Drive Kai really only has Charge Stun Edge, so all you're basically doing really is just hard knockdown, Charge Stun Edge, and then it's like, what do I do next? Should I go for a universal overhead that everybody expects? I mean, he has a little mix. Like, you can really just go for like a universal overhead, a draw, but that's really it. I feel like his game plan is very linear, which is the biggest problem. I mean, you can make the argument that in the past, it has always been like this. In some retrospect, I can't understand and agree, but at least Kai had a lot of options. At least Kai had a lot of layers into his game that it's very surprising to see that, wow, even though this character is obviously for beginner or players that are starting to get into Good Gear, he still had that extra layer to his game to make him stand out from the cast. But he doesn't have that anymore in Strive, which I think is a huge problem. And just to flat out say, I don't think Kai is necessarily bad. I'm not trying to paint the picture that Kai is bad competitively. Not trying to say that at all, but I am trying to say that as the game goes on, I do feel like Kai players are going to struggle a lot trying to be more innovative. I hope I get proven wrong, I really do, but I really hope, honestly, the main thing I'm hoping out of this is that Kai, that new move he has, just make an overhead. There's no reason to not have that as an overhead, I feel. But another point I want to bring up with Kai that I felt when playing the beta for the second time is that he feels too restricted. I feel that the Roman cancel system in his game kind of restricts Kai in comparison to Edzard, especially Edzard. Because back in Edzard, if you had 25% of meter, you can just do a YRC, fireball. And that was very useful. That's what a lot of Kais, including myself, did. It became like Kai's greatest poke, if anything, at times. Because if a hit confirms, you can follow up, obviously, and there was just a lot of applications you can use out of it. But unfortunately, in Strive, meter build is very higher this time. So really, If you get full meter, you can really use Roman cancels for like 2 times and that's it. Unless you get positive flow going, then maybe you can squeeze in another one. But for the most part, you're going to be rocking 1 to 2 Roman cancel opportunities. It becomes a point where you have to make decisions on whether you should just burn your resources or use it for damaging combos with a special move and whatnot. And ultimately, I do feel that the Roman cancel system in this game indirectly kind of hurts Kai, because now Kai has to be even more honest than before, you know what I mean? Like, he has to think about the situation. I just feel like in comparison to the cast, a lot of characters have some crazy ass, insane bullshit going on. You got fucking Axel with Zawado time stop. You got Ramladal with long ass swords. You got Soul Bad Guy with his insane command grab. Granted, they nerfed the damage, but it's still a decent amount. Like, these characters have so many crazy things going for them. And then you look at Kai and you'd be like, what else does he have? Well, he has a dragon install. Okay, I was like, when I found out he had a dragon install, I was like, yo, okay, this is where Kai is going to shine. This is where Kai is going to win me over to keep playing Kai. But then I found out what his dragon install actually does, and it's so disappointing, to say the least. So basically what it is, it adds properties of multiple hits to a lot of his attacks. I'm not going to sit here and lie that it's completely lame, because I did see some combo routes on Twitter, on YouTube as well, of some semi-swaggy shit. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna front. But the problem is that Dragon Stall was such an insane mechanic. Like, when Soul Bad Guy used it in Etzard, it was insane. You know what I mean? Like, it's flashy and cool, but I want to see Kai going from like screen to screen. You know what I mean? Like, just go boss out. Make Kai insane. This game is not finished yet, so I do hope that an Arcsys dev is watching this video and be like, you know what? Let me add some more bullshit to Kai. That's what I mainly want for Kai. Have him give some bullshit. So to me, it's a really big problem when it comes to Kai. I do think competitively, again, he's going to be solid, no doubt. But I do feel like the threshold, the room to really improve is very, very, very low now. I do feel like Kai in this iteration is going to reward players that excels in basic fundamentals for sure. But for those like me who like to have their, you know, mitts and be creative with like pressure and stuff, honestly speaking, I pretty much drop Kai as a main. I think I'll still play him as a pocket, unless, like I said, they make some changes, make him get a real overhead, you know what I mean? I'm rocking Ranladal, I'm rocking Milia, and I do have plans to learn Nago Ryuki once the game comes out, more so. But yeah, I just feel like Kai really needs some bullshit. Like, how you gonna have a song saying that is bullshit crazy and Kai is hardly doing anything bullshit crazy is what I mean. You know, I'm just saying, man. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, man. I just really want to give out my thoughts on Kai Kiske. Please leave me a like if you enjoyed the video. Also, let me know if you agree with me about Kai. Please leave a comment down below. We can get a discussion going if you agree or disagree. I'm very open to it. I think it'll be an interesting conversation. Also, just a little plug-in, I'm sorry, but for people who are new to my channel, if you could subscribe or share this video around, that would be very helpful for me. I really would like to do full-time content creation, but if, you know, like the views are not there, I'm not generating enough revenue on my own with this channel, then there's no point. I have to stick to employment, you know what I mean? But if y'all support me enough, I would definitely love to go full-time with it. So please, a like, a subscribe, and just sharing this video around would help so much. So that ends my little plug-in. I know I've been rambling on for a while. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. I'll catch you guys later. Please have a good one and be safe out there. Peace out.